What is up, guys? It is Ray back here along with the Pixelation crew on our first ever episode, first ever podcast going down right now. We're about to pixelate the Switch and everything about it because this is just like so very awesome.
It's amazing.
So you guys already know what I'm about. I'll leave it to you guys to introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm Angry Avenue, and I am a die-hard Nintendo fan, along with other systems, of course.
He's also very angry.
Sometimes.
For some reason.
Sometimes when the games don't work out the way they're supposed to. But anyway.
I'm Eric Unrated, also grew up with Nintendo. They hold a special place in my heart. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Steph. Thank you so much for this bow tie. You can find her at She Makes Glamour, Glamour with a U.
Amazing bow ties.
Thank you, guys.
That's amazing. It's got like the shield, the sword.
Can we get a
the
That's
Zelda.
a Legend of Zelda themed bow tie right there. That is insane.
Steph does amazing work. So again, you can find her on Instagram or Etsy. She Makes Glamour, Glamour with a U. Definitely check her out. She has an amazing Breath of the Wild custom bow. Yep.
You probably put in like a link in the link below.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, know something.
Neon actually knows something.
I actually knew something. Well, okay, I'm Nicky Neon. I know absolutely nothing about everything.
It's a talent.
It's a talent. I don't own it.
Yeah.
But I do love. I guess like my big thing. Obviously, Nintendo is a huge part of my history. I'm huge on retro gaming. Specifically like Super Nintendo until PlayStation 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
So what does everybody think about like Breath of the Wild? We got
Breath of
the
the Wild.
special edition, master edition, pieces from it, the case, the soundtrack, all these other awesome things. But what do you think of the game?
So the game is huge, as you were saying before.
Yeah. Gorgeous,
Yeah.
massive, overwhelming.
It has that Elder Scrolls feel of overwhelming. Like, you know what I'm talking about when you enter like Oblivion or like Skyrim, you're like, oh my god, how am I even gonna start playing this game right now?
You know what threw me off though? Because it's like, you get used to a certain formula with Zelda.
Right.
This one kind of is just like, yeah, you think you knew it, but...
No, it's like, nope.
So it's like, I'll see an enemy and be like, I got this. And then all of a sudden they just slither up on you. Or like Mother Nature's like, Judgment Bolt takes you out with lightning. But no, the game is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
My God, I just...
Perfect tens across the board.
Every ten's across the board.
Understandably
That's for
so.
sure.
I just feel like
Crazy.
I'm going to sink.
It's a perfect launch game.
Yeah.
Nintendo did it beautifully by launching it with Zelda because I think they put a Zelda in everyone's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone bought the system for that game typically. I mean, they had a couple other launches like 1-2 Switch and Bomberman, Bomberman's pretty good.
I mean,
played it.
that should have came packaged in with it. 1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch should have came with the console, but I mean, I'm sure everyone still bought it, and it's a fun game to play.
Milking the cow.
Game was
That was
I
very
want those hats you guys had on that.
that was
video.
fun.
I want those hats.
Yeah.
It's just a little
Not gonna lie.
awkward when you're like trying. They're like, I was trying to milk the cow with him to play that game at the press event we went to, and the guy who works in Nintendo was like, "No, you gotta look the guy in the eyes while you're milking the cow." And I'm like, "All right, this is a little awkward, but sure, let's milk the cow." And it's like,
I'll look at you.
while I look at you, it's like, I mean, it's a fun game.
Sounds like last Saturday.
But yeah, I think it's all about like Zelda though.
I heard.
I mean, it's all
supposed to.
the launch is all about Zelda though. I feel like.
As it should be, because like you know what you're getting when you get a Zelda game. You know, even if it's not going with what you are expecting, like you're getting a huge game no matter what.
Right.
Like I wasn't too crazy about Skyward Sword. I thought it was a little empty, but like it was like you're getting your time's worth
Right.
of it.
See, that gives me the same feel as like Twilight Princess in comparison to Twilight Princess. I mean, everyone loved Twilight Princess. It was a great game and stuff like that, but the difference between I feel like this and that game, because those Twilight Princess was launch game for the Wii, and sort of following in the same footsteps. I feel like Twilight Princess took a while for me to sort of dive into. It took like hours of gameplay before I got so like into the game that I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
This right off the bat, into the game, completely in it the whole way through, playing
So
like
that's what it does. Is it like forces you into it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
one. I feel like you don't have to like click A the whole time to talk to these people and stuff. You just wake up and just
start running.
run.
Well, they know that there's a massive game here, so it's like they just wanted to throw you into it, which was smart because like there's so much to do, there's so much to cover. So it's like you just want to get into that, especially since you can tackle it however you want. So there's so many options. There's so many things to discover. It's like if you had to sit through another like 2-hour training, like finding children and whatnot, like Twilight Princess, you're gonna be like, all right, this game is already overwhelming, but that's not the case here.
What you said before though was really, really good. Before we were doing the podcast, you're saying what is it about Zelda that keeps everyone on board from day one to now? Everyone always buys a Zelda game.
Yeah, because I mean, like, again, like, as much as I love Nintendo, Zelda is it's like whenever I think Nintendo, I think Zelda and Mario, and I've just never been on board with Zelda. I can appreciate them from like like from an aesthetic point of view, like they've always been gorgeous games on each consecutive system. Like I can see why people like the gaming mechanics, but I've never been like drawn to it in the same way. So like I'm just curious, like what is it that keeps? What is it? Well, what makes Zelda so special?
For me, it was the gold cartridges back in the day. That was my first.
Because they made the game. It feels like.
Well, that's what drew you in.
Yeah, that's what drew me in.
And then once you actually pick the game up, like what is it that?
Oh well, me and Ray were talking about this about the story. Every story for every Zelda has always been fantastic. I don't think there's ever been a bad story for Zelda.
Well, what about on the initial games where it was kind of like a dungeons? Like a dungeon crawl.
And that's where for me they come in.
See,
I love the dungeons. I love the puzzles.
That's
the weapons.
My point, right? Because like that's never changed either.
Well, the simplicity in the beginning was great.
Yeah.
Because I felt like as the systems were evolving, they were becoming more complex. So the games.
I heard the Simpsons. The Simpsons were evolving.
Like nice segue.
Speaking so fast there, but. As the consoles, let's think that word. As the consoles started evolving, the games needed to get more complex.
Right.
So back in the day, you have to appreciate the simplicity of what the original Legend of Zeldas were, and I especially feel that the simplicity with that gold cart and the NES were like a must-have. Like your collection wasn't complete if you didn't have the gold carts.
Sure.
So that was for me.
It made it feel like a piece of the Triforce that you were really searching for.
I don't know, but like, yeah, again, the puzzles, the dungeons, like they've always been so much fun. So it's like and with Breath of the Wild, actually, or just each Zelda in general, I'm like, how are they going to top the last one, or how are they going to make something that we haven't seen before? How are they going to do a puzzle that isn't blatantly obvious, even when it is obvious? And that's something I loved about this game so far. Some of the puzzles, you're like, And then once you realize what you have to do, you're like, well, gee.
Yeah, because they got like the magnet thing now. Like you picked it up and move it. It's like so like
creating
kind of
blocks
like
of
kind of
ice.
like sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of Metroid into it. A little bit of Metroid Prime.
That's interesting.
Kind of
cool.
The like
little sci-fi element.
The creating blocks of ice. That's one of the most useful things. You just crossing rivers, and the stamina bar like that. That's crazy because I didn't think. I'm like, all right, he can climb anything. Like, how's that going to work? And I knew you had a stamina bar, but I'm like, all right, how is this? Like, is it going to last really long? Is it going to?
Right.
But like, you get stuck in the current, and you're like,
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it. What about you, Neon?
I know nothing.
You know nothing. But you said you know retro stuff, so let's.
I do.
So bring it out. What back in the day kept you? So you said you didn't really dive into it and play it, but like, what specifically always drew you to respect it? How's that?
I mean, yeah, for me, like, I'm big on art direction, so like I mean, like that's. I think. I mean, even when you look at like Super Mario World or even just Super Mario 1, 2, and 3, it's like, what about those? It's just like even at that stage where like sprites were so not ready for like anything, it's like Nintendo found a way to make something so iconic and like bold, and it's just a side scroller, blue sky, bricks, like a Goomba, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like the simplicity of design. So like for me, it's always been a design thing, and like watching Zelda like evolve, and like, I mean,
over years,
what I've seen of like Breath of the Wild, it is like so stunning. And like the game that most pulled me in was Wind Waker because of its like cel shaded look, and this feels to me like an evolution of that initial cel shaded.
Because of that glow.
There's like that, everything has like a sense of cel shaded texture, but it's more like 3D.
It gives it like a fun look. So it's like a cartoony fun.
Yeah, it's like a little
fun but serious in a way.
It's like a
mixture.
It tricks you there because it looks all fun and poppy, and then the game just destroys you.
Yeah, I think
like any chance it
another
gets.
thing besides the story though is the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack
yes.
is like
Yes.
immersive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So,
but that's like every Zelda had an amazing soundtrack, and it made you feel like you were in the game with Link playing through.
Ocarina. I mean,
Oh.
come on. Who doesn't love it?
The
Like
Gerudo Valley, like, it felt like...
That's what it meant.
When you like cast the nets out.
I'm telling you, it just makes you feel like...
I put some Zelda songs on my work playlist, and every now and then, like, I'll get people being like, "Is this whatever track it is?" They're like, "Is this from Zelda? Is this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, where's this coming from?" I love it. It's like it's such a universal thing. Even if you don't play the games, you will recognize some Zelda music. It's incredible.
Yep.
And I love the fact that Breath of the Wild comes with this. Oh my god!
So let's talk about the editions real quick. They had a Master Edition, which I have, and they have.
After you went through your struggle.
It was insane, but I got
It's
one.
literally the size of like your torso.
The size of
It's
your
like-
torso. It's ridiculous. But the Special Edition and the Master Edition were highly sought after and sold out. The Master Edition was the same as the Special Edition, except it came with a limited edition sword statue.
Nice.
That is extremely high sought after. I mean, they're selling for like 300 to 400. Triple.
I didn't realize this statue was as big as it is.
It's huge.
Like just from what I was seeing, I thought it was like a standard size. No, it's
pretty big.
It's pretty big. I love that little flower that comes with it. It's so pretty.
The case is cool. The little case add-on, the map and the coin. Right here we have the CD and the case for the Switch.
See, and I love this. Like the case is beautiful, and it's so detailed, but it's not tacky. So it's like you can carry it with you on the go and everything, and it holds the system and the games perfectly. So I love that.
Yeah.
It's like I had a Wii, and like the bag that I bought for that was like super bright, and it's like, and it was at that time where everybody was going crazy for the Wii, so it was so blatantly obvious what it was. So it was basically like, come jump me.
It's like take my Wii. It's like the light blue or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'm
But
so
yeah,
happy that you don't have to carry around those AV cables and the power cords and the power brick and stuff. Oh my god.
Thank you,
But yeah, this thing
Thank
is
you.
like really like feels good to hold it.
You can open it up.
You expose the workers behind the scenes.
Yeah. I mean,
Bowser works hard.
I mean, I don't think they'll like really depict that you're like holding like a Switch. I mean, it could be like a tablet or e-reader, whatever it may be. But yeah, Switch case.
Great.
I want it.
Cool. So
Held up by Amiibo.
held up by Amiibos.
There you go.
The army of
Oh, so
But
yeah,
yeah,
let's
we
get
got
to the
the-
Switch now. So
Yeah, we got the Switch. We talked enough Zelda, so we got the Switch right here. And I think my favorite thing about it is just like the portability. It's just like you take it anywhere. Like
it's sleek.
literally like slip on to a controller and just play anywhere. I think that in itself is
Let's compare it real quick.
huge.
Let's take it out real quick. Let's do a comparison real quick.
Comparison to the iPhone 7 Plus,
Okay.
it is not very big at all. Just a little bit bigger.
It's lighter actually.
Considering
in
all
my
the
hands.
stuff that they put in there, you got the fan on the top too, so there's not a fan in here.
I can't remember it right now. What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of the Vita.
The Vita. No, an Amazon
Kindle.
Kindle. There.
Oh, yes.
That's what it is. And these
In a way.
the side remotes, the Joy-Cons, I mean,
Make sure you click them in.
are I know, right? Remind me
Super
of
tiny.
like a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
In a sense. So it's like a Fire Stick and a Kindle, but you got to make sure that you click it in and you hear that click. Well, if the system's on,
Slide and click.
it's it makes this like snap and clap sound. It's pretty funny.
Weren't you obsessed with that sound?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing it all day.
He's like doing it all day, take it in, take it out, and then
It's fun.
wait, here we go. Bam!
Wait for the sound.
The click.
It's very portable.
Yeah.
The game looks amazing, whether it's on the screen or in your
Whether
head.
it's tasting it.
No, do not taste it.
Have you?
Everyone's
Have you?
tasting it. They purposely made it so children don't eat it, but why are adults tasting it?
Well, because if you tell us not to do something, we're going to.
That's horrible.
Like, come on. If you pass that over this way, I'm going to lick it. Just fair warning. Say I
yeah.
won't. I'm sorry. I
I've never
apologize
felt
in
this
advance.
before. I actually.
doing it?
Ooh, just don't lick the just don't lick the pins.
No, whose side did you lick?
Obviously not the pins. Tastes like a bowl of earwax.
Oh,
That's hysterical.
oh,
I'll clean that
drop
later.
it face down. There we go. Oh, sit here and chill.
Let it dry.
Let it dry. I've never felt this before. Actually, going a little off topic. It's like blowing cool air. I've never felt that.
Is it?
Yeah, just a tad bit.
Yeah.
On the top.
Oh, it is. Fan zone.
It is like it.
Blowing.
I mean,
That's
like
cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Especially after the Wii U, like my last Nintendo system was just the Wii, and like definitely loved it. Definitely loved motion controls and stuff, but like the Wii U didn't feel like something I was interested in purchasing myself. This feels like a combination of like lessons learned plus like the mechanics that they've developed over the years that do work.
With the Game Boy and all that.
The one question now that you brought up in my mind is, do you think this is going to be a major problem with the 3DS? Since, in a sense, they are competing
That
with
was
themselves.
but that was a question I was having. Yeah, I had this question a lot, like leading up to its launch. I was like, where does it live in like their lineup now? Like, because it's kind of like Apple when they release that new MacBook, that super thin, sexy beast. It's like what happens to the MacBook Air, and
Right.
now they are kind of phasing it out because
Phasing it out, so I'm
between the
assuming they're
MacBook and the new
they're trying to phase it out.
13-inch
They're going to.
power,
Yeah.
the Pro. There's no space for it, but it's like the 3DS isn't as big as that, so it's like, do people just still like?
Sorry.
That'll teach you your lesson.
I think
Don't
that-
Will it, though?
game companies
Different.
know
Now I'm gonna wonder if there's
Yeah.
different flavors
of earwax.
of earwax.
You gotta wait for the Pokemon colored cartridges. Maybe like the yellows, like lemonade.
It's like a juniper berry.
What I like about this though is, okay, so I worked at Best Buy when the Wii came out, and I was always getting people coming up to me, like especially older people, being like, "I can actually play games now. I can play bowling or like the baseball with my grandkids."
Until they shatter
And then-
TVs.
Well,
Without
that
having
too.
to strap them.
Or if you're me and you're too tall for your friend's living room, scraping your knuckles on the ceiling is always fun, or hitting the ceiling fan. But
Oh no.
yeah, that was. I'd rather the ceiling fan than the scraped knuckles.
That
though.
just looks funny. I'm
Ouch.
imagining it now.
But then, like when the Wii U came out, they just completely flipped it and alienated everybody that loved the Wii. And I feel like with the Switch, especially playing 1-2 Switch, like they're getting back to being able to
Yeah,
incorporate everybody
totally.
in it. So I think that's really smart. There's some odd games in there.
Yeah.
What was your favorite from 1-2 Switch?
Oh, the milk and the cow.
Oh my god.
That's like so awkward, but it's fun.
But that's what
It's
makes
fun.
those games fun.
Because Ray and
Yeah.
I went to a press event, I want to say like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and we were playing the 1-2 Switch game at the Switch event. And it's the milk and the cow game. You have to like milk the udder with the Joy-Con. And we're milking the cow, but the Nintendo dude goes, "Stop." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "You both need to look each other in the eye as you milk the cow. This game is
And
not
put
to
cow
look at
hats
the screen."
on.
And put these cow hats on. So now I'm sitting in front of this
I want
entire
one.
press event, right, milking a cow, looking my friend in the eye, and trying to like maintain composure. And I was just wild.
In that moment, you were a little more than just friends.
Just like this is.
You were one.
I mean, this is weird, but I'll play it.
Yeah,
But those are the games that work the
Yeah.
best, especially like, I mean, for kids it works for obvious reasons. For adults, it's so silly that
That's fun.
it's fun.
Yeah.
And then you throw things like liquor into the equation, you're gonna have yourself a blast.
Yeah, and they had. Remember they did the developers you're talking to, like, oh, this would be better with a drink or something like that.
Oh, Takahashi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better with a drink.
But, so what 2 Switch games that you are most excited for
Mario Kart
to
8.
come out? And
Probably, yeah. Mario Kart 8.
Any other ones?
Because you got online play on the go. I think that's huge. The fact that you could like play Mario Kart again anywhere, like the full Mario Kart anywhere, and just play. I think it's awesome. Even in the trailer, they showed that you could like mount it to like the front of your car dashboard and all that.
Because you want to
Thumbs up.
crash your car.
while playing Mario
I don't know
Kart.
if that's a
That's
good
like
thing to
Pokemon Go
promote.
when you were
Okay,
playing with the trying to like
You talk about Pokemon Go?
yeah.
Where the people that fell off the cliff?
That and people
That's
distracted
sad.
people driving.
Like, I'd be more upset that somebody broke their Switch from falling off the cliff than I did them. That's natural selection, but the Switch didn't have to go with them.
But still, it's one of those things that you can
Games.
just you don't need
Rated.
like the actual like TV screens in your car anymore. You could like mount something like this and you're good.
So, and games wise, what are you excited for?
I mean, I have Zelda for now, so that's gonna hold me over for a while. I want to see what else they come up with because, yeah, Mario Kart's fun. I'm not going to get it again just yet because I already have it for the Wii U. Even though there's all those extras, Splatoon 2 looks fun. I don't know though. I want to see definitely Mario because like I haven't really
Odyssey.
I haven't been that sucked into a Mario
Since Galaxy.
since Galaxy, which is stunning. Just, ugh. It's like you get those games and you think like It's like when you leave your house after playing a game, and all you can think of that entire day is, I just need to get home and get back to that game. I need to get back to the game.
That was a good example too of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
it
mixing
was-
orchestral.
Every element in that game was top. Like it
phenomenal.
all just
One or
flowed.
two? Which one would you guys pick if you guys had it? We're stranded on an island. and-
One.
One?
Just because like two was bigger and better,
Right.
but one
Didn't have
just
that first.
yeah, it's kind of like Jurassic Park 1. It's like before they like made it a well-oiled
The movie,
machine.
right?
Yeah. They just had to.
Those games are evil.
Talk about Operation Genesis. Remember that game?
Yes.
PS2.
Operation Genesis. Oh,
It was PS2 and Xbox. Yeah.
No,
Game.
I'm talking like ridiculously. Like I hate myself. Let me play Jurassic Park and Genesis.
I know.
Oh, the Sega Genesis
original
one.
Jurassic Park game on Sega.
It's like the pterodactyl comes swooping over your head in the raft. You're like, ah.
I know. The amount of times I died as Alan Grant in Sega's Jurassic Park. And like when I would like jump off something and try and catch a ledge, it's like like, or the amount of times like a raptor is like like when you like throw the bomb,
Sound effects are perfect.
like the raptors. Oh god. And the ending when you
How
have to
did we
throw
do
a
it?
million bombs at the skeleton to try and kill it. It's
Wild.
We're off topic.
Wow. I'm excited for. I heard rumored Beyond Good and Evil is getting a second
Oh.
game.
That was an interesting game that I actually loved on PS2.
Yeah. And Sphinx too. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
played Sphinx. It was
No.
the original was for Xbox, GameCube, and PS2. That game was amazing. Had like a Prince of Persia feel with a little bit of a Zelda feel to it.
Okay.
It was an all-around great game. But they're supposed to be making a second one for the Switch, along with Good and Evil 2. So,
Well, that's what I want the Switch to do. I want them to bring back either old titles that we always thought Nintendo would bring back, like Diddy Kong Racing,
Country.
Donkey Kong Country. Well, we had Tropical
Technically, it
Freeze,
is, yeah.
which that game is hard.
That was hard.
Oof, a
Which
different
one?
kind of hard.
Tropical
Yeah.
Freeze?
Yeah. I want to see what risks they take. Like with the Wii U, they did Bayonetta
They need
2.
to I have a feeling they're going to reboot everything for the Switch.
They should.
Yeah.
All the
Well-
Wii U games, because they did cut it short. Nintendo, I feel like they realized like what was going on, so they cut the system short, and they just started focusing on the Switch.
Yeah.
I feel like this is what the Wii U
Which is smart.
should have been.
Yeah.
Oh, for definitely.
But I want to see them take more risks or just go back into their library because they have so many amazing titles that they just haven't tapped in so long.
Right.
Give us Diddy Kong Racing. Give us. I mean, if you gave us a Bayonetta 3, I would be so happy because
Ooh,
2 was.
I would love it.
Oh my god! It's like they took a game that was already fun, then made it a little. I want to say a little easier because the first one, oh my, Jesus!
No, it was
like 2
ridiculous.
was
It was
challenging
amazing.
enough. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something I expected Nintendo to do. I never would have
Correct.
thought Bayonetta 2. So it's like that was a cool risk. It paid off perfectly.
Totally.
Like give us more things like that. I know we're gonna get our ports. We know we're gonna get a Zelda. Like we did.
we
We know
did get a Zelda.
we'll probably get like another Smash Brothers, even though they were like.
I think they need to take a break and then really, really work on.
That's what I want them.
Yeah.
To, I want them to take a break from all the series that we know we're going to get and give us things that we're not expecting.
Correct, which I think they may do.
I feel like they will. I feel like they've
I want
learned
another
their
mystical
lesson.
ninja. I don't know if you ever played that game for the N64, but it was amazing.
No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
It's amazing.
Xenoblade would be cool too.
They're supposed
know
to.
we're getting it.
Yeah, we know we're
looking
getting
forward
it.
to
We're getting that and Dragon
That's
Ball.
what I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to.
Xenoblade.
Yeah,
Of course.
I'm a Xenogears fan for sure.
My God, parents punish your kids with these cartridges. Make them lick them.
He's scarred for life.
I
It's worse
can't
than
get-
soap, apparently.
I can't get
so-
it out. Oh my God,
It's really that bad.
it's that bad. It's that's genius.
All right, so before any other cartridge tasting, let's just end this right now. We'll end it while he's still alive.
Where he swallows the cartridge.
Before he eats
like,
this
I'm
thing,
fine.
I gotta hide this thing right now.
Cheers.
So let's wrap it up, guys. This is the first ever episode of Pixelation. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We are signing off right now. Until next time.
Comment below.
Comment below what you want us to talk about because there's a lot to talk about. You guys know it's gonna be like happening, going down all the time. And subscribe because it's gonna,
It's the
of
coolest
course,
thing ever.
make
It's all
it
the cool
happen. You
kids are
guys
doing
could
it.
listen
Yeah.
to this.
Of course, and licking cartridges like.
Of course, yeah. You guys can listen to the licking cartridges too if
And
you
we'll
want.
be sure to have a
You don't
neon
to
knows
just
nothing
watch it.
segment.
Clearly-
Basically, it's like we promised segments of Neon Knows Nothing and Eric Unrated dies from cartridge poisoning.
The different deaths.
The different deaths of
The
Eric Unrated.
Pixelation crew. He's the Kenny of the Pixelation crew.
Yeah.
He's dead.
I'll happily take the mantle for that. All right,
Alright, so we're
guys.
signing off. Until next time, we will
Adios,
catch you guys
guys.
later. Peace.
'Cause I don't wanna be